Norm Hershfield. What really matters? What really matters? Norm Hershfield.
There's a program on reality television called The Bachelor. Have you seen it? For those of you that have, it's very simple. 25 women vie for the attention of one man over several weeks of television time. Now, I have a hard time imagining being one of those women. Now, if I was the man, and I'm sure several of you here would agree, that's probably a pretty good thing to do and a pretty good choice to have. But being one of 25 women who start out living in the same house together and caress, cuddle, and kiss the same man over and over for week after week, I think it would be a real embarrassment to be one of those women. Yet they really go for the good. They really try to win this man's love and affection. And it ends with one woman standing with the man, and there's a ring ceremony, an expected wedding somewhere into the future. What a way to pick a husband. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, in the scheme of things, is this really what you would want to have? Is this what really matters? I don't think so. What does really matter? Some of you might say wealth. Others might say success. Some might say love. Maybe somebody thinks football and beer. I don't know. I kind of like beer. Well, let's look at those a little bit. Wealth. Be nice to be wealthy. Certainly we just heard about Napoleon Hill in his book, Think and Grow Rich. Success. Doesn't everyone want to be a success? Love. There's a story that talks about three old men who approach a house and then sit outside, and the people from the house come out. What can we do for you? Well, we might like to come in. Well, who are you? Well, he's wealth, he's success, and he's love. And they think, well, but we have to tell you, only one of us can come in. You have to choose. So the family thinks about it, and finally, after heavy discussion, they come out with love. Lo and behold, all three men stand up to come into the house. And they said, why? You said only one of you could come in, and we chose love. And the answer was, well, wealth and success are okay, but without love, what are they worth? So all three had to come in together. Now, is love what really matters? Certainly love is one of the things that matters. But let me expound on what I think really matters. Last Sunday, Jerry Lewis received an award, the Jean Hersholt Award for Humanitarian Achievement from the Motion Picture Association at the Oscars. This is an 82-year-old man who has spent 40 years promoting muscular dystrophy and his kids. This is a man who found a calling. This is a man who went beyond love to an enthusiastic effort that has raised $2 billion since 1966 for the organizations that treat children with muscular diseases. Jerry and his kids. The concept, the idea that he puts together, the 3 days of constant effort to raise that money, and the 363 other days in the year that he and his team work to gather the money that's necessary to try to solve, to try to cure those diseases. It's more than love. It's compassion. It's passionate compassion. Jerry Lewis is an example of what I think really matters. Let me give you another example. My kid brother's a special education teacher in Los Angeles School District. He's 6'2" and 220 pounds, but he's still my kid brother. You've never in your life seen enthusiasm if you haven't seen my kid brother. Our telephone conversations are simply filled with his day at the office. This is a kid that loves history, loves literature. He's got 5th and 6th grade students who speak and read generally at the 1st or 2nd grade level. But he doesn't think of them as 1st and 2nd graders. What does he do? What's a typical day for him? He called me up one night and he said, "Norm, you wouldn't believe, I told him all about Ulysses and his battle with Cyclops and how he put out that eye with his spear, and they loved it. We had a wonderful day." When we were much younger, he and I traveled to Denmark together. You wouldn't believe, we got to Hamlet's castle, he didn't want to leave. He was quoting Shakespeare from one end of the pulpit to the other. This is what really matters. Finding something that you really care about. Finding something that you love and being able to live it. Getting back to The Bachelor, there have been 13 episodes. Not one marriage. So much for the reality